Janet Newman and I work for Rugby Age UK.
My name's Eileen Paling. I've been working for almost 25 years for Age UK.
My name's Graham Dixon. I'm 60 years old. I live in Leamington Spa. I've been with Age UK for about 4 years now.
Hi, I'm Mark Parnell. I'm 37 and I've been doing volunteer work at Age UK for about 4 years.
I was in education. I retired at 65 because I had to, because in education you had to go at 65, and also guiding had to finish at 65, so I was left with nothing. I got involved because I wanted to still work with people. Immediately I walked into the office, I was in. You know, someone there who could use my skills from education, and that was the beginning.
When my husband died, I joined a rambling club, and we were out walking one day, and one of the ladies said she worked here. It was Age Concern then, and she said, "We're short of people at the staff. You wouldn't like to volunteer, I suppose?" And I said, "Oh yes, I would."
I'd been out of work for a while, and it was suggested that I might try volunteer work, you know, as a step into paid work, and so I've been doing it since then.
I work behind the counter at the shop next door. I enjoy meeting people and having a chat, and everybody's friendly, staff and volunteers, and it's a pleasure to work there.
And I've been doing both volunteering or befriending, whereby I go and visit people in their homes, and also non-instructed advocacy, whereby I go and help people who've got particular problems.
I organise games on a Tuesday group. I have a group on a Thursday, which is similar, and I also cook.
At the moment I really help with the lunch clubs, so I help put the tables out, I collect the money from the members who come for the club, chat with them, help with anything they need.
I think to be a good volunteer, you've got to like people, and you like to feel that you're doing something to help the community. And I've always got on well with people, and I enjoy doing that. And I've made lots of friends since I've started working here. Even the people on the painting trip, which was years ago now, I still see them about, and they're still glad to have a chat and remember me.
I think you've still got to think that you are working for an organisation. You've still got to be loyal to them, just like you were when you were paid staff.
Well, I think you have to be quite open-minded, because a lot of the people that you deal with will not necessarily be like your existing family and friends. They'll probably have quite different experiences to what you've had, or maybe to what your family's had. I mean, of the people I visit, for instance, one of them lived abroad for quite a long time. Another one has been on her own for well over 20 years. So, and those are things which I hadn't really previously had any knowledge of or experience of. So those are quite different. And because you don't know the person, then you have to be prepared for some of the things that they might come out with. You know, there might be things that you take in their stride, but they will struggle with. And there might be things that you might get a bit nervous about, but they just sail through it. You know, they don't have a problem with it. So I think you do have to be open-minded.
I suppose someone who's committed, you know, they want to provide, they want to do their best, you know, to help with the service. So obviously, you know, I try and get involved with the people who come, you know, ask them how they're doing. Not in depth, but, you know, just to, you know, how they're doing each day.
We have one or two older people that come in and worried about finances, because they get bills and things that they really feel they haven't got to pay, shouldn't have to pay, and they come and people sort them out for them, you see, which is wonderful.
There's always a contact here, and it's somebody who's easily contactable as well. So you've got their mobile number, but also, you know, stay in touch with email and so on. And there are regular newsletters as well which come out, and there are regular get-togethers as well with people. So there's a coffee morning a couple of times a year for other volunteers where you can come and chat with other people who are doing the same sort of thing that you're doing. And there has been some very good training. I mean, some of it has been quite specific about in terms of when I did the advocacy training, for instance, we did quite a lot of training about how people react to particular drugs and what to look out for, and these are some of the effects that medication can have on people.
Fantastic staff at rugby. They support you all the time. No, always. Even to the extent that when I'm leaving the building, they take me home and go out of their way to drop me off at home.
I rang this office up, and the lady, she's quite obliging, and she said, "We'll come in, say, on a Friday, and we'll have a talk, see what we can do." It started from there, so I suppose she gave me a few tasks to do, and we're both happy, so it continued.
I enjoy just turning up every morning and tidying the shelves and seeing what we've got to sell, and making sure I know pretty well what's available in case people ask, and we can refer people to the offices at the back if they've got problems.
I get in about 10:30ish, probably leave about 1 o'clock, sometimes a bit later because we might be a bit short-staffed in the kitchen, so I help clear up.
Well, every day I'm there. It's just like I go to work, like anybody else. I go to work at 9 o'clock in the morning and leave about 4. But being a volunteer, you can also have holidays. That's my middle name, I think.
When you're here, you have to perform a task or tasks. And it was soon after I started that I had the confidence to apply for a job as well. So I think it's more than a coincidence. I think it was linked with that.
When I was at work, it would be one night after work and Saturday morning. But now that I'm only working part-time, I can be a bit more flexible about that. But it also depends upon when they might want to see you. I mean, some people are doing things at the weekend, or they might see other folks at the weekend, so going there in the week is more helpful to them, if you can do that. And for other people, there may be carers coming in at the beginning or the end of the day, so if you can go at another time, then that helps break the day up.
I suppose it's getting used to being around people more, because before I had my work I didn't really go out too much, so it's good to get used to being with people, and also having something to do. You have to perform duties, so it gets used to doing things, in time frames, things like that. I'd say definitely give it a try. I mean, the worst case is, it's a voluntary role, so you don't have to do it all the time. So it's worth trying, and can have a lot of positive effect on you.
I just enjoy the whole lot, everything I do. When I'm cooking, I'm cooking. When I'm in information advice and the public come in, then I'm helping them. In my games, I've got my own clients, and that's, so everything. There's nothing really that I can say is better than the other.
Well, it can be a lot of fun, actually. I mean, particularly with one of the people I see. She is quite an amusing person, and she's led a very interesting life. She was a nurse, then she lived abroad, and she's lived in about 4 different countries, and she brought up a family, and the family, I have to say, has had a wide variety of amusing incidents and problems that have happened to them, and she can, she relates all this with quite a lot of humour. So, and I appreciate as well that often these are people that you wouldn't necessarily have met in your regular life, unless they've been, say, friends of your parents or something. You might not necessarily have met these people in any other particular situation. And also sometimes you can do things for people which maybe other people can't do.
Well, I think Age UK is such an important venture, and I feel that we are all getting older, and a lot of people are finding it's a great help to be able to come and ask advice. I feel that the job I'm doing is a help to the community, and I've had a good life, so it's nice to be able to put something back into life, isn't it?